Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I am your host here, Chantele Francis. Here with my lovely co-host, we have...
Brazil.
Hi, Brazil. How are you doing today?
Okay, how are you?
Not bad, not bad. Well, if this is your first time on Reality Realness, well, then welcome. Thanks for joining us. Make sure... just do the deed and subscribe right down below. Reality Realness is all about reality TV and all the gossip that goes along with it. And for my favorite gossip fest right now, we're going to be talking about Love Island Season 2 USA episode 13 or 14 if you're in the States, whatever. But in the teens of Love Island. Overall thoughts of this episode, Brazil? Agreed. That's like that emoji, right?
Yep, that's exactly how I felt watching it.
Hi, Jayquan.
Hi.
And so I agree. I remember I was texting you because I'm 3 hours into the future. And so Brazil didn't realize that I was already watching it. And I was shook. And she just I was the first second, actually, no, yeah, we were playing a game and you saw my face. And I was in the first second. So do you know the moment that I must have watched when I made that face? Could you pick it up?
When the new boys walked in?
I don't know. I think it was when they did a preview, a little first look kind of thing.
Oh.
And it was a girl licking up Johnny's chest, and I was but it was just so sexual, and I was like, oh my gosh.
She straight bit his nipple.
Johnny, I know. I mean, we're not there yet, Jayquan. We're still going to live in the fantasy of him being a good boy.
It's a short-lived fantasy.
What are your cute little emojis, though? It doesn't show up on StreamYard.
I know. It does. I can't. Sometimes I see them and sometimes I don't.
Yeah, I wonder why they don't show up on here.
Maybe if it's not updated to newer emojis. I don't know.
Yeah, just I don't know. Okay, so just the beginning of the episode, we know what's going on, but the islanders have no idea. And Sally kind of gets up early and kind of being loud and getting everybody to go outside and do some yoga. And Justine was not impressed by Sally right here. How do you feel about this interaction considering their BFF?
Justine was ready to swing on her.
Right?
That's how I am in the morning, though. I'm not a morning person. I'm very much like a night owl. So I felt Justine on that front. I was like, dude, I don't care if you're my best friend. If you have that much energy in the morning, go release it elsewhere. As much as I love Sally, but...
don't have energy necessarily in the morning, but I don't get annoyed. But some people are grumpy in the morning. I'm not grumpy in the morning. I will wake up at any time and be fine. It probably has to do with all the different careers I've ever had. So whether it's acting, you're up at 4 a.m. or if it's flight attendant stuff, I have to get up to catch a flight or meet at 3:45. And so you must get that a little bit too, because you're always going to be up super early for nursing work. So I know how to be awake early and not be the worst, but I don't know how I'd feel with Sally screaming in my ear though.
Yeah, and she was being, not condescending, but she was being passive aggressive, you look so lovely, Justine. And Justine's literally, shut up, just let me walk out here, let me put my mat down, let me come out here in peace. And she's still just kind of chirping at her, so.
I mean, I think no matter what, the producers were probably just egg her on or whatnot. They're trading a moment.
Yeah.
They told her probably to get everybody up and get everybody outside. I don't think that she came up with that idea on her own, especially since she doesn't seem to know how to do yoga. And
yeah, right.
My favorite part, though, was when Caleb chirps in and he's he has a move, and he's the inchworm. It was just so cute. I wasn't.
I think I texted you at that point. I was I want Caleb.
Is that why from the inchworm that turned you on?
Anything about Caleb now, I'm yep.
I am so in on Caleb. I'm telling you, I'm sure it's the Aquarius vibes that you're getting into, because they're just the way their brain works. They're a little more mysterious, because you're what are they thinking? Even though she said that, what do you think? I don't know what you're thinking. But that's what I like about Aquarius, because They're just so smart and in their head, and like I love headiness. So
Caleb is fine.
Fine. I kind of like the yoga thing. It shows the Islanders in a different light. Absolutely. It also shows that Connor is really uncoordinated because he couldn't even do the inchworm thing. He was like, his legs were just, I don't know, it was weird. And I was like, what's wrong here? Why can't you do that? Like,
he doesn't have a bidet, so he's kind of.
Yeah, maybe he just doesn't know how to move that area. I don't know. It was weird. So, crack on or mug off the next moment when they finished the yoga part, and Moira was like, "Hey, Calvin, do you want to stretch me out?"
Mug off. Anything about them is mug off.
Mug off. It was just like,
and I think it was Realness Answers or Vicky. I forget which one, but they said that they feel like Calvin's kind of playing into the fact that they were chosen by America, and so now he's being all lovey-dovey and like kind of playing into it.
Yeah,
I see right through it. I totally agree with whoever said that.
I think it was Vicky.
Huh?
I think it was Vicky.
I think you're right. But yeah. No, thank you.
Yeah, he's definitely playing the game. And, you know, in her little confessional after, she's like, yeah, like I'm starting to really fall for him. Things got really steamy. And I'm just like, I'm not into it. Your face. Not into it at all. But then Keirston gets a text. Woo, 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 woo. So we know what's coming, and you know it's time for some R&R, some spa time, some girl talk.
Sure.
Mannies and mimosas. # girl talk. So the girls, and one thing I did notice, and I'm sure the girls might have started having some inkling as to what was happening, is that they were all wearing the nicest swimsuits that I've seen them wear. And they were apparently up pretty early. So they must have had to know that something was going to be going on.
Except Moira's shoes.
I didn't look at her shoes, but it's because she can't wear heels, isn't it?
Sure, but wear anything other than what she wore.
Well, she was wearing like chunky white runners, no? That's like the style right now.
No, but they were dirty, chunky.
Oh. Because like if you look, Keirston always does that look, like in her little bikinis and then like her little like kicks.
Yeah, that's fine, but whatever Moira was wearing was not. Like, no.
I think you just don't like her, so everything that she does is like thumbs down.
Maybe.
So the girls are really excited, obviously, and the boys are watching over, kind of jealous that like, oh, the girls get to always do all this stuff. But then, is this a crack on or mug off?
Crack on.
To say, right?
I wrote down Operation Shadow, crack on. I was laughing so hard.
I did laugh there, but before that, though, Selly runs back and is like, I'm just kidding, and kisses Johnny before they left, whatever. I thought that's what we were going to mention, but I thought that was super cute. So the girls then did go upstairs. Guys want their R&R too, of course. And then they have their little mission because they get a text as well that they are going to, what was their text? #boycation, #boys club. So they're going to have some sort of little bachelor type party for these boys. And so that's when, hit it, Brazil.
Operation Shadow.
Operation Shadow. I was like, so dumb, LOL.
But Caleb was kind of leading it, and I was like down. But no, it was so funny because like where the girls were, I don't think they actually did see them like exit.
And like they're both like a couple people doing little somersaults, and even at the end, I don't know who it was, but someone did a cartwheel at the end.
I don't know who it was either. I was dying watching all of it though. I loved it.
I loved it. I was giggling, laughing. I thought it was really cute. That was you. What was you doing? The cartwheel? Operation.
Oh, I think it was him with our face to Moira and
Oh. Oh. Hello. How you doing, Blaine? Boom.
Hi, Blaine.
Blaine, he listens to like us do the challenge. So I think he was the one that was giving me all the different challenge.
The videos,
the road rules videos, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Blaine. So we're just getting into Love Island episode 13. So the boys kind of go over. Oh no, the girls go over the fire pit. Wait, sorry. Let me. The girls were sitting up, getting their mani-pedis or whatever, having their little chit chat. Sally was talking about how she really likes, her relationship and how it's going with Johnny. She's found in other relationships she always had to change a little bit of herself to suit the partner that she was with, but she feels that she can be completely herself with Johnny. And I can see that. And so I know things are going to get a little sticky, but I just don't know if he's going to get that same vibe. Like, yeah, some girl might be really sexy, but I think that they have a connection that I'm really hoping is unbreakable, because if it's not, Johnny's going to get broken. Boom. So
I will go to Virginia. I doubt there's that many people there.
We'll find
you.
We will find him. So Ariel then arrives and
I just love her. Whenever she walks in, she makes a statement.
Yeah.
She has that little slow-mo look to the camera, don't fuck with me, and then keeps going.
Yeah, she's definitely improved, I think, from last season. I don't know if she watched more seasons of Love Island UK or she's just more comfortable in the role of host here, but I
think definitely more comfortable is the right.
Yeah, I like her a lot. But Justine is a little bit fearful of her showing up because she seems to be the bearer of bad news usually. And we know what news she is going to be talking about. So she asked everybody or the women to go down to the fire pit. And the fire pit is usually where dumpings happen or something weird. So I would definitely be apprehensive of Ariel asking people to go to the fire pit.
Absolutely. I think Justine was like, "Oh man, oh no, I think she was like, I should have said an extra goodbye. I should have given him an extra hug." She already knew what was coming.
Well, that's why it was so good. I thought that Sally ran back and gave him a kiss. At least the last thing was a kiss, not just waking up in the morning and then working out or whatever they were doing. So I think that's a good thing. I don't think it's a good thing that none of the other girls kissed anybody, just to seal it,
But that's why just Sally and Johnny are number one.
Right. I know.
For that reason.
So Ariel tells them about Casa Amor, and Sally's like, "You're really trying to sabotage," which is true. They really are. Do you think it's too early for Casa Amor? What do you think?
No. Not only because do you think Mackenzie and Connor?
Do you think Mackenzie and Connor was having problems at this time because only Sally went back to say goodbye?
Probably.
Well, yeah,
probably. They're probably always having problems, Jayquan.
I think that she's probably trying to not come off as overbearing, and so she's probably trying to act cool, give him his space. Doesn't want him to be made fun of or her to be made fun of. So I think she's playing it cool. I don't think that they had a specific fight or anything. I think Justine doesn't really know how to be with Caleb right now or yet. So she doesn't know how to do something flirty like that with him. They're not there yet. Obviously, Carrington and Keirston, they're not a couple, and Moira and Calvin, they're not a couple enough for that to be don't make that face. So yeah, I mean, I don't think they're in a fight, but they're always having problems, and I think she's just trying to play it cool. That's what I think. What were you saying, Brazil? I cut you off with that comment.
I don't recall.
You don't recall. Well, Ariel does say, though, that even though the boys are going to be over at Casa Amor, the girls are going to be having some new flavor in their villa.
It's just so crazy because like when they tell the boys versus when they tell the girls are not nearly as excited as the boys are. It's like very tangible. You can see it. I can almost feel it. Like the boys are like thrilled to have like that little mini vacation. The girls are kind of like hesitant and I think have put, for the most part, all of their eggs in one basket.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of hard to watch. I don't know if it's just like a girl thing, but Vicky, I know.
Vicky, I'm with you here. I've been saying it all along that they're not vibing well enough and that they miss that kiss moment. If she had nailed that kiss moment, she would have a shot, but I don't think that they're compatible. And I think that Caleb will take a chance with somebody that he feels more compatible with. No, I don't. We knew Johnny was gonna probably kiss. We did, but like,
I didn't say I think he was gonna kiss, and that would be it. But I didn't think he'd kiss first 10 seconds of Casa Amor.
that was in the game though. The first.
I know. No.
Or the which kiss? I don't remember now.
Like the one at the very end when.
Oh, the one at the end is like that's the lot. That was not.
She straight kissed him in the game. He was kind of like, I didn't do that. Like that was her.
At the end after the whole. Well, we'll get there. Yeah, but I'm still hoping, Vicky, that he is not going to want to stay with where's Mercedes, like whoever she is, and that
knock off Sally.
He will notice that he actually does have feelings for Sally. Like they are open enough in their relationship, in my opinion, that I feel that they will overcome it if he does, like if she does see the kiss, which she will. I'm sure they'll show that. Ooh. Yeah, I told you all he was just playing a game. Well,
I know, Vicky.
He can't. If he wants to win the game, he cannot break up with Sally.
True. Because the second he goes for Mercedes, they will be voted out first.
Absolutely.
In an instant. By America, at least, if America has a say in it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now we're going to watch First Look, Jayquan, shortly. At one point, we'll watch it. Brazil's going to pull it up, and then we'll all watch it together. So, okay, the first guy that shows up. What? Oh, you like him? Who?
Mike from the Bay.
Yeah, from California. He's a dancer. I think he's pretty cute. Are you into him? Do you think he's a babe?
Mike, the one that like has Trey's hair, right? That's who.
I believe that Mike is he seems Blasian.
No, then we're not talking.
Mike is Blasian, like the lighter skinned guy. He looks like he's half Asian.
The one that like hooks up with Keirston.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. He's from San Jose, California. I went to San Jose State University. So I'm already rooting for him. Mostly because people in the Bay just keep it real. I can confirm that from living in Los Angeles currently to, I guess, growing up in the Bay. Like I was in the military, or my dad was in the military, so I traveled everywhere. But the Bay is where I lived the longest. And that's where I met the most real people of my life. So I'm already going to be a little bit biased towards Mike. And I don't know. I have good.
We talked about it yesterday that like I'm into dancers, so.
And he said that he likes to dance.
He mentions in the package that girls say like, "Oh, you can dance. That must mean that you're good in the bedroom." So
true.
I would correlate that to be a thing because.
I mean, he looks like someone I would go for in the Bay. Like, he looks like someone I would meet at a bar, and then, like, it would just go from there. Like, and he used to bartend, too, so I'm trying to figure out where he bartended, because I'm like, I wonder if we overlap, because he's only a year younger than me.
We can do some stalking right after this. I'm sure you.
I'm going to, yeah. But I'm so, like, all in on Mike. Yeah, and, like, just from his DRs, he seems pretty genuine. He doesn't really he seems like he kind of has like his eyes set on one person and kind of like going for that, whether it be Keirston because like her relationship is over or whatever the case is. But I just don't seeing him having any malintent.
Yeah,
I hope he becomes like a part of the villa. I think he'll like get along with the boys really well. Yeah, I'm really excited about Mike.
You are really excited about Mike. Like,
so cute too. Yeah.
So then we have, there's also 26, which is a good thing. So Aaron is next up. He is 26 as well. He's from Vegas, and he is a cake decorator. First thoughts on this guy? He's definitely he definitely to me isn't like hot.
He made a comment about being like short, and that to me, if you have to make a comment about being short, it means you're insecure about being short.
Look at this one. What, Vicky? We like him. We like Caleb, but they just don't match. Caleb is so hot. Vicky, do you not think Caleb is hot? Who did she say was the hottest in the villa?
I forget.
Vicky, who do you think is the hottest in the villa? And both villas now. So all 10 guys, who's the hottest? And maybe including whoever's already left if you think somebody else is hot. Do you think this better? Oh, this season is better than last season? Blaine, like 100%. Like, it's actually incomparable. I couldn't really watch the first season. Obviously, I did because I'm reality TV obsessed. But this one, I'm actually invested. I'm actually like looking forward to the next episode. It might be because I've been talking about it this season, and so like I'm making sure that I watch everything and I find things to be enjoying about it. But I think that they figured out the formula a little bit better than they did last season, and it feels more like Love Island UK. And so 100%, I think it's better. You too, Brazil?
It took me a little while. Like in the beginning of the season,
what
what Chantele was seeing. I was kind of like, I don't really like I was all in on Celly and Johnny, but that was it. And I love Justine. Like it was like I love Justine, and then I have Celly and Johnny, and like everyone else can like get off the island. But it's been growing on me.
She's obsessed, guys. She's like, oh my God, I have to wait 3 hours to watch it. Oh my God, I'm gonna watch it again. So she's playing it cool here, but like
I said in the beginning, but now I'm all in for sure. It took me a while to warm up to it though. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll probably talk about it more, Jayquan, but yeah, Mike does seem good for Keirston at the moment. I think anybody that puts in any sort of effort towards Keirston, I think will work because A, she's gorgeous, and B, she's open to finding somebody. So I wouldn't be surprised if Mike comes back to
I know, did we figure out these people's birthdays or what?
No, I couldn't find, they weren't up on CBS.com yet. So I'm thinking maybe after this episode or after tonight's, maybe it'll be up, but they haven't been added to the site yet. And I haven't done like an in-depth look, like finding them on like, I don't know, Reddit or whatever.
I'm already team Keirston and Mike.
You are. Justine deserves better. We already talked about. Who do you guys think would be interested in Justine?
Of the new boys?
I mean, not Aaron. So like Aaron, to me, he kind of just seems a little bit boring. He's kind of vanilla. I'm surprised he doesn't seem like the type of guy that would go on Love Island, to be fair. He just doesn't seem like it to me. He definitely has a good-looking face, and I'm sure that he dates very good-looking girls, but he doesn't have any, like, he's not sexy or anything like that to me. He's not special. I think Mike's going to go for Keirston. DeAndre. Maybe DeAndre might.
That's who I'm thinking of.
In Justine. So DeAndre is 25, I believe. He's a pro baseball player. And yeah, I think that like he has a bit of swagger. I wouldn't be surprised if he went for Justine. So right now, Vicky, I would say DeAndre or maybe even Pat. So Pat is, I don't know, 25 or 26. I can't read my writing. He lives in LA. He's a lawyer and he's Syrian and Lebanese. And so she might like that kind of POC flavor that Pat brings in there, or DeAndre. He seems tall. He seems like he has like a nice build. Most women like professional athletes or like just their swagger. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of those two, more DeAndre than Pat. What do you think?
I'm currently trying to see what professional baseball team he plays for. because I am very much a Giants fan and an MLB fan. And it just keeps saying he's a professional baseball player, but it's not giving me any teams. But regardless of that,
absolutely, Blaine. So
I think the person that she has the most potential with is DeAndre, but I think he needs to give her a chance. I think she would for sure give him a chance, but I think he needs to like look past the other shiny objects in the room and kind of hone in on the fact that like,
I personally don't think though that any of the other ladies in the villa are going to give him any attention.
And he seems to be very confident. Like, just like he was kind of like chirping about a few things, he seems to kind of be like, you know, he doesn't seem to be very shy. So I think that will potentially, I mean, maybe he'll like go for Justine, but then he'll be kind of like taken aback that she's not very
Forward.
like vocal. But yeah, if I had to put my money on anyone, I would say DeAndre.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, Blaine says, he's like, it's way better than Total Madness. Thought that was a snooze fest. Yeah, so, I mean, I agree with you, Blaine. But Brazil, who's not a super fan of the challenge, but has started watching it since I've forced her to. And so she just actually finished Total Madness last night, and she loved it. I thought that definitely the second half of it got super boring. I thought... for me, I didn't really care for the season that much. It was still a decent season because it had some good eliminations and some good drama. But I personally, it's not in my top 10 of the challenge.
Top 10 even. Well, coming from someone that remembers watching it when like it was like the reruns on MTV and like Johnny, Bananas, and Wes hated each other, like seeing them team up for the first time, I was like, and so like it was kind of like instant gratification there. And then seeing Wes go into the elimination to like go against Johnny, I was like, this is what I've been waiting 35 years. I'm just kidding, I'm not even 35, but I like that's like pretty much all I wanted to see. So, and I'm obviously Team Bananas. Like I know I don't know everything about him, but he's fine.
I mean, I don't think he's fine. I'm Team Banana. I like both of them. I've obviously grown up with both of them. I just didn't think that it was that great of a season. But Brazil's a casual, so.
And I have seen the older seasons. Like I watched. I just finished like the Duel 2. Or the Duel. Which one? The one that you're currently watching. I happened to just watch like right before you guys started doing that one. But yeah, so I've Googled like which seasons like to watch. But when I was in like middle school, I remember just hating. When it used to be Road Rules versus Real World, and I hated the Real World cast. I was like, they don't do anything. Like at least Road Rules, they have to like do challenges and stuff. Like I want them to win. So I remember like
always Team Road Rules, 100%.
Yeah. And then it turned into the challenge, and that's when I completely got lost. I was like, oh, I don't even know what that is.
But now I wouldn't be surprised, though, if some people from Love Island might be carried over into the challenge now with that merger with Viacom. So maybe keep our eyes open now for some of these people.
Jeremiah?
It may be Jeremiah. I think Jeremiah, I feel you more for Big Brother with Jeremiah. But I wouldn't be surprised if, like, seeing a Johnny on there, even Caleb, like I could see
Trey, absolutely.
Right? I can see them pulling from this cast to bring to the challenge next season, or maybe season 37 or so. The last boy that comes into the villa, or man, should I say, is Jalen. He's 27. He's in software sales. He's from Nashville. He always believed he's the sexiest person in the room. I don't know if that's true because I've definitely seen people that are way better looking than him, but he has a little bit of ambiguous race swag that I'm always into. He would make cute babies, I think, to be fair. But yeah, you didn't like his blonde hair, huh?
I did in the picture. And then once I saw the personality mixed with the box dye, I was kind of like, eh. Like I thought he was the professional athlete out of the group. He looked like a soccer player to me. But then like when he started talking, I was kind of like, I kind of saw right through him. I don't know. I'm not. And then he went for Moira, and then he talked to Mackenzie, and so that automatically went.
So he is a professional ball player of some sort. I can't remember what sport he was, but when I was just doing a little bit of research, I remember seeing him on like a team. I don't know if it was like college sport or what. I can't remember which one it was though. I'm sorry. If one of you guys in the chat can tell me, maybe Jayquan, you can tell me what sport Jalen was doing. But yeah, he calls that, like says it. He just lays out his shot. He's interested in Moira. And
do you think he's really interested in Moira, or he's going after her because she's in a vulnerable relationship?
I think he's going after Moira because she's so easy to flatter. And, you know, all the other women that are there, maybe besides Justine, get a lot of attention from men. You know what I mean? Like, they know how, like, Selly, she's really cute. Guys probably are just, like, want to be around her and she's fun. And the other two girls have those gigantic boobs and they're also very pretty. And so Justine just doesn't necessarily, like, she's beautiful, obviously, but she doesn't necessarily come in and, like, light up a room with her personality. She's a little bit more reserved. So that's why I don't put her in that category. But Moira is definitely, like, you know, the bookworm that, like, needs a couple compliments and she might come out of her shell, you know? So I think that he pinpointed that and is going after someone that he doesn't think will shut him down.
Fair.
Fair?
Fair.
So yeah, his eye on Moira is so crazy. Oh, and he says that him and Moira are gonna make beautiful babies. I'm like, I actually don't think that combo will make that cute of a baby. Like, I think he has cute baby face. Like, his face would have, I think his genes would, you know, give some cute babies. But I just don't know with Moira how cute they would be. Out of all the girls,
I think he's looking. I mean, he mentioned that he, like, loves her eyes. So I guess.
Maybe she has really pretty eyes because
he does. They're very like light blue.
But Calvin also mentions her eyes.
Yeah, they're very light blue. And like my mom had like green or like gray blue eyes. My dad has like very, very dark like brown eyes, and I got like green eyes. So I could see how that could. Their combo could like make for some pretty eyes. But yeah, he's definitely like looking like oh my god, who's the guy that like did the Punnett squares?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, why is this pissing me off? But yeah, he's definitely looking at like a Gene Pool.
So yeah, Blaine is giving you some advice that you need to watch seasons from the mid 2000s, like Fresh Meat, Gauntlet 3, and The Ruins. Yeah, these are
what I did watch. Yeah, because I was in second grade in 2000, and so that's what I was for sure watching.
And in 2000,
my girl.
Well, yeah, she definitely declined. I got the decline list. I
feel like she would do really well on the challenge too.
But yeah, so it's showing us though that CBS people are being called over. So
yay! Oh my god, I hope she does it one year.
Yesterday, Caitlin was controlling the challenge Instagram.
What?
Interesting. Okay,
you're right. They are definitely overlapping for sure.
I'm gonna look that up.
That's a weird person to put in charge.
I did see that Mark and Jenny were dropped from the next season.
Mark that was dating like
Elena.
Jody, not
Elena.
Oh.
And Jenny West, you know who she is. She has an identical twin sister. Did you know that?
No.
In real life, her and her identical twin sister are like these big bodybuilding.
I wonder if they've ever like switched in people for the challenge.
I mean, her sister's still in England. You saw how many brothers and sisters she has. But yeah, I don't think that they would do that. But maybe they've done it in the past with different shows, maybe. I was thinking that maybe for the reunion. You haven't watched the reunion yet, probably. But Jenny was a little bit weird in the reunion, so maybe it was her twin in the first part. Jayquan, I wasn't expecting Jillian to go after Moira, right? But her energy was kind of better than she was with James and Calvin, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I think that she likes the fact that he is flirting with her and paying her so much attention. I would assume, even though I do think she's beautiful aesthetically, that there's always a prettier girl or one that gets more attention than her in the room. And so I think that she probably feels very flattered that Jalen is giving her that much attention. So yeah, I mean, her personality just doesn't, I don't really enjoy it, to be honest. Womp womp.
I agree with you, Jayquan.
Okay, what do you think about this? Is this a crack on or a mug off? So Mackenzie says, yeah, I don't really like overly sensitive guys. And then DeAndre chirps in with, how'd you end up with Connor then?
That's what I mean about DeAndre kind of being like outspoken a little bit. I think it was a crack on because whenever she said did not match like what she's actually doing, which goes back to Lauren calling her fake. So I'll go ahead and sip my actual tea.
So Aaron, no, my cold tea, but I got tea.
Yeah, I'm cold now.
Seems to have a little bit of a thing for Keirston. I think just aesthetically, because obviously she's drop dead gorgeous. And I thought this was funny though. So Sally was still kind of chit chatting or like just talking about like her relationship with Johnny, and then Keirston just like cuts her off and be like, "So yeah, I'm single," and then Sally didn't let her have it. She totally just chirps her on that one too. I like that friendly banter and like
I'm writing single on my forehead.
She should.
No, but yeah, I think, but I don't blame Keirston for being like, I'm the one that's single, guys, because it kind of reminds them like, yeah, like Sally's beautiful, like all these people, Justine's beautiful, but like I'm the one that's actually single. Come to me if you want something to work. So I don't blame Keirston for that, and I think it was just like funny that Sally was like, I'm gonna write single on her forehead at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I like that she didn't take it too personally and wasn't like annoyed by it.
She was that was Mackenzie, that would have been a whole segment of her being like, I can't believe Sally's coming for me when she's like so happy with Johnny. I'm like, shut up.
Shut up,
Mackenzie.
So then they show the boys' villa or boys. Is it villa?
I'm sorry, villa number 2 looks so much cooler than villa number 1.
Well, they probably worked on it.
It's much smaller, but like the waterfall and the pool, it just looks a little bit more intimate. Like it doesn't look as sterile, I guess, as like the actual villa. The actual villa is like very spread out. And, like, there's, like, seats there, big open space, like, seats there. But, like, this villa, I would much rather enjoy being in.
Well, I don't know about long term, but I do think that the villa that they're actually staying in reminds me more of Love Island.
Yeah.
And the other one is just kind of, like, a really nice resort. And so
yeah,
I like them both. I would be really excited to be on Love Island. Like, that would be a really fun end of summer adventure. I'd be fun to be there. So I thought it was funny that the guys are celebrating with like beer, but like no labels on these beer bottles. And it was the first time I've seen beer on the show.
Me too.
Because they usually just have like
I wrote that down. I was like, beer ? Because and even then I could tell they switched from like the bottles to like just glasses of beer. So
poured it in. So I guess, I mean, obviously you don't want to have glass around pool areas and stuff like that because it could break and it's bad. But I definitely noticed the like beer bottles. Interesting.
I think they were like Stella or Heineken.
It wouldn't have been Heineken because the bottles were brown.
Oh, I thought it was green. I saw green bottles.
Or maybe there was multiple bottles, but I feel like I only saw a brown bottle.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, if it's brown, definitely not. If it's green, it's Stella or Heineken. We both did it, so we're like, we know our shit.
Green could also be Carlsberg.
It could be what's that non-alcoholic beer?
Beck's.
Yeah, Beck's. It could be Beck's. Never had that ordered, but
I think it was brown though. So guess who gets a text? Carrington, and it says hashtag all bets are off. Hashtag, what did I write down? Viva Casa Amor. And so
all bets are not off though.
I know these people, whoever's writing these texts are big instigators. Crack on or mug off with Carrington humping the air and kind of dancing about getting a text.
He just looks like stiff and like jackhammer.
Yeah, no, it was just awkward. How are you going to drop the winner from last season? Okay,
Jenny.
I don't know what's going on with Johnny here. Johnny Bananas.
Jenny.
If anybody's watching, this is from the challenge legacy, we'll say. I'm wondering, because I haven't seen him on the dropped list, I'm thinking that he might be going in as a mercenary or something like that, like having a different role this particular season. Maybe not being a contestant, but maybe coming in to shake things up.
I think he's talking about Jenny being dropped.
Oh, okay, yeah, because there was also rumors that Johnny was dropped as well. Okay, sorry. Either she must have said something racist, or she has COVID.
I know. I saw she took out her lip fillers though for the reunion.
She like that. So
yeah, she took them out, and she looks like significantly better.
Absolutely. So okay, so yeah, the winner being, if you're talking about Jenny, I think that it's only going to be one of those two reasons. It's going to be either having some insensitive comments on social media, or she's not able to like fly into the States. Or wait, where they're going? They're going to Iceland. Maybe she didn't pass. Like maybe she tested positive. So those are the only two things that I can really think of in this climate right now.
I mean, that's crazy though. Oh, don't forget that James chose Moira. She didn't choose him.
Don't forget, James chose Moira. She didn't choose him. She just went with the flow. That's true, and that's probably yeah. She doesn't really have that much game. She didn't choose Calvin. Well, she did. Calvin, no, Calvin chose her.
He took her on a date, and then she kind of was like, talked to him after, and was kind of like, "I'm feeling you more than James." So,
hey, Vicky, subscribe. Thanks, Vicky.
Hey, Vicky.
Yeah, I mean, Moira does just go with the flow, but she just doesn't have any swagger. She's so boring. I'm sorry if anybody of you guys are Moira fans. I'm just like not feeling her. I would have really rathered. I know you don't like Lauren, but like if Lauren stayed and her and Calvin were just out of the equation, like I don't know.
I think I don't like Calvin more than I don't like Moira.
I don't like both of them.
That dance move later.
I don't know that dance move.
Oh my god.
Do I watch Double Shot of Love? So I've seen the first one, but I've seen all the tequila ones back in the day. I haven't watched the new ones in Vegas yet, but I mean, it's on my roster. I'll definitely start watching it soon. I wouldn't be surprised. I have a free time slot right now since Canada's Drag Race is done, so I have some more free time to watch some trashy TV. Vicky asks, or is Yandra the darker skin one? Yes, he is darker skin. The other guy,
like shorter hair,
tattoos.
Yeah, taller, a lot taller.
Yeah, definitely more chocolatey. Ooh, so not new, but hi there. So James's reaction to Moira going on a date in episode 5 was one of the worst reactions I've seen on Love Island. He buried himself.
Thank you. I totally agree.
Yeah, he was it was really uncomfortable and embarrassing. And yeah, he definitely he didn't look the greatest.
They wrote a book of what not to do, and James was the author.
James was the author. It was so awkward. So what the heck happened next? So Carrington's so excited. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm single. Like his thrusting, really excited to meet these new women. And then the girls come in. Oh wait, no, actually they walked around. This is the other funny moment. Is this a crack on or a mug off? Where they're kind of touring through the Casa Amor villa, and they're like, oh, there's a bidet. Connor will like this.
Oh, I know. I thought of you immediately. I was like, oh my god, I bet Chantele died.
So funny. And like I like that Connor at least laughed at that. It seems like he does have a little bit of a personality with the guys. I just don't see it when he's with Mackenzie. Like they're just kind of always just moping and like whining about things. And I don't see them as a couple in a relationship doing things, getting to know each other. Like I don't see their vibe. It's just kind of like whiny. Doesn't it just seem whiny to you?
Yes.
Yawn. So first lady that comes in is Cher. She's 22 from Miami. She's the hostess / bartender. Always the life of the party. And she's into our guy, Johnny. What do you think about her?
Initially very intimidated. And then as the episode went on, I'm actually pretty team Cher.
Yeah, I don't remember her from the rest of the episode, but like, I liked her more than I thought I was going to like her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought she was going to be kind of the role that Mercedes is playing.
Exactly. Next up is Mercedes. So she's a little bit more, I'd say, voluptuous. A 25-year-old nanny from LA. I don't think she said like she made her stakes on anybody. Did you remember her saying anything in the beginning?
No, but I'm just going to put it out there. I nannied for 6 years for the same family, and if they ever saw me on Love Island, I would never have that job.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Especially the way she's acting, like the way that she will get it, the way that she ended up acting. I'm sorry, but I would be mortified if I was that family. I'd be like, no.
Well, just assume though that these kids are like almost teenagers now. So maybe they're like 10 and 12. You know what I mean?
That's like even worse age to see all that.
Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to make some excuses here for her. But yeah, I think that her actions are worse than the actual television show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm saying. Jayquan says the show never showed Carrington having a problem with Keirston being a bartender. If he did,
It did though. When they went on their date, like horseback riding, he said that if he were to kind of like give into her lifestyle, he wouldn't be living up to his fullest potential because he felt like he would be kind of like going back a few steps, like more or less. Is that what you got from it, Chantele?
I don't really remember that conversation. Was that the date, the horseback riding date?
Yeah, Jayquan, go back and watch the date where they went on horseback riding and they're having their little picnic, and then let me know your thoughts, because I immediately was kind of offended for her because like when I bartended, I was like putting myself through college and like making money to like pay rent. So I thought that was kind of a low blow comment, especially because he's like so young, like, and just because maybe he got like, I don't know, like a sales job or whatever he even does. Like it's such easy money. Like I've made more money bartending than I make right now. Like
100%. Like I'm way older than you, and I was still bartending once or twice a week just to make a couple like 500 extra bucks a week. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely easy cash money. I worked at a super high end place. Like everybody there were lawyers and whatnot, and so like I actually made a lot of really great connections with these people. I didn't have to put that much time into it. I worked from like 5 till 10 twice a week. Like, you know, I get how it can look as if she's like a bottle service girl, maybe it's more nightclubs and like she's there till 4 a.m. and maybe getting wasted all the time. Maybe that's the lifestyle that he's maybe not into. But I don't think bartending as a specific job necessarily has a shelf life of like, okay, that's unacceptable now, because like you can still make some very good money. I was making more than first officers at the airline that I was working at.
I was making like $500 a night.
Yeah, like, exactly. Like
I was working 6 nights a week. Like how can you? And then I go to like my career job and I'm like, how am I making less than I did bartending? Like
absolutely, yeah. It was always between $250 and $1,000 is what I'd be working to make a night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
yeah, Jayquan, go back and watch that like little convo and let me know like your thoughts, because that immediately to me let me know that like Carrington was kind of either searching for something to like break it off with her, and like that's I guess a valid. It would be different if he's like 30 and like, you know, I'm in my career, I can't be like going out to clubs with you. Like I get that, but like he's like 21, 22. Like don't act like you're so above it, please.
He's too young for him to have that opinion. I can understand maybe if like I was meeting someone, I'm like, oh, I have an idea of maybe how male men that would be bartenders at this age. Like maybe I'd want them to be doing something else. But like, did he even ask her whether or not she had any other aspirations, or whether she's putting herself through school, or was she, you know, putting money aside for a particular reason? So a lot of people do bartend because they have another side hustle or another trajectory. So he was a little more open-minded to be looking as to like why they're bartending. I don't know if I personally would be into somebody that was a career bartender though, personally.
No, but I would never judge someone that was.
No,
I feel there, and I've done it, and I like I bartended a few of my roommates like family parties, and she like wants to make me like a card to do like all the like East LA family parties, because I did make I mean it was
Okay.
I don't know, I made like $200 like just from tips, like, and I got to keep it all. I was not hourly, so
That's something that I actually was doing. So like I'd bartend at friends, like, I don't know, 40th birthday party, and then
weddings, like
do tarot readings for them. So I was doing like a combo. It was pretty good money combo. Like,
yeah, well, my roommate really wants me to like get into it. And she never bartended or worked in a restaurant, but I was like teaching her how to bar back. I'm like, okay, cut my limes, like salt my rims, like let's do this. So like, and I was like, fill them with ice, I'll pour it in. And so she actually had a lot of fun, like be my little bar back. So she wants to kind of do like a little roomie business. So I mean, yeah, I'm not down. Like it's such good money. It's easy money. It's a way to like get to know people. It's a way to like meet or like figure out new connections. So
I do think
I'm not for it at all.
I think Carrington was just probably judging what kind of person he's assuming that Keirston is as a bartender.
And that's true. Like you said, we don't know like any of Keirston's aspirations or like, you know, what she. Yeah, it didn't seem like he asked her any of that.
I wish, so Philip, hi Philip, we haven't talked to you before. So I wish that the Casa Amor girls were in the villa with Keirston and Sally. They seem less boring.
Do you think though that they're putting on a front because that they know they need to like be extra because they only have like a limited time with the boys?
Yeah, I think that they're putting it on. They're laying it on super thick right now. Obviously, they want to have a shot of staying on the show longer. They're trying to make a big connection with the guys. They're supposed to be coming in as the temptress. It's kind of like Lauren had to come in hot, you know, because like she's the only girl trying to penetrate through these relationships. And so I don't know if these girls will be actually that entertaining. Like I maybe get rid of Moira. I don't really care for the girls that much, actually. Do you like them? What's this next? We got Janelle. She's 24. She's also from California. She's small. She's not bite-sized, but she's fun-sized. I'm not sure if I'm into her. I don't know. But she's into Caleb. Then we have Laurel. She's 22 from Alabama. She definitely had a super thick accent. Her accent was so thick that I thought it sounded fake to me.
No, I forgot that she had said she was from Alabama, and when I was watching her and Carrington talk by the pool, I was like, where is this girl from? Because but she must be from like a small town like Alabama. I didn't mind her. And then Faith, I put question mark.
Well, with Faith, the first word that she said, I'm like, oh, she sounds so pageanty. And then she's like, I'm a pageant coordinator or whatever, something like that. And so she doesn't seem like someone I would think that would be on Love Island, personally. She kind of compares guys to being like sweaters, as once they get scratchy, it's time to get rid of them. I was like, is that an analogy that I've never really heard of before? Like, that doesn't really make that much sense. Anyways, I wasn't really that into her. I didn't really find her to be that pretty. And she didn't seem to suit, in my opinion, Love Island. Yeah, so Philip, I don't know if I feel that they're more interesting than our regular girls. I like Keirston, Sally, Justine better. I even like Mackenzie better. Kind of.
I think if you threw like all the new girls into a situation where they had to be mixed in with like the new girls versus old girls, I don't know. It's hard to say because I'm a little biased because I've gotten to know these girls over the last 2 weeks. And so now I'm just kind of judging these new people that come in off of like, you know, like one episode. But I do think that they're coming in with a purpose, which is they kept saying the whole episode, this is Love Island, which is true and it's fair. However, they were so extra that it was almost, it was hard to watch, especially one of them, Mercedes. I cannot.
I'm not really into it. And like, even just as soon as the girls come out and run around the corner to see the guys, you see Janelle twerking on the side. I'm just like,
Well, she keeps saying she's like I want them to like see my ass, like I'm small but I have a big butt, like, and so I think she was just trying to put it all out there. But it's like, if you know the guys and if you've been watching this show, like they have been and they've been saying they have been, it doesn't seem like any of these guys really, except for like maybe Calvin, Caleb, we don't know much like about them, but it doesn't seem like any of them would just jump ship that easily to like someone that's acting like that. Like,
exactly.
Even though the guys are younger, it does seem as though that they act a little bit older, which I'm actually pretty impressed by.
They definitely have a maturity to them. I know that the girls are supposed to come in there to just stir shit up, and so like I get it. Like, I'm gonna be the fun one. I'm gonna get them to see my butt. I'm gonna twerk because like I really want Caleb to be into me. Caleb's really tall and she seems very small. So I just don't know if I see them really making a connection. Who knows? But Johnny seems to like Mercedes, which is really annoying. And Mercedes has a really annoying high-pitched voice. That whenever I hear voices like that, like those whiny, like trying to be sexy, like high-pitched voices, I think of insecure woman. Fake.
She just to me, I don't know if I'm like so biased. I'm Team Sally, whatever. She just seemed like she was trying to be like Sally, like that bubbly, that like giggly. It just seemed like she was trying to be like an extra Sally. Like, and they do have some similarities, like their facial features, like they do remind me of each other. But Mercedes needs to fucking go. I can't stand her.
I agree. I'll quickly answer you, Blaine. So yeah, no, I haven't started those Road Rules seasons. I've watched all of Road Rules and Real World in real time. And I believe that Brazil did as well, but she was super young when they came out, so she probably doesn't remember. But I definitely shared it with the other the three girls that I talked about the challenge with. And so we're trying to decide if we want to maybe even go way back into the old school and maybe do a rewatch after we finish the duel for Road Rules. So we will see, but I'll definitely watch them all over again. Like, I'm super excited about that. Thank you. That Jayquan says some people are strippers, which is nothing wrong with that. How do you make your money? Absolutely. I
never judge anyone by how they make their money. Like, everyone needs to make a living. Who fucking cares how you do it? I mean, unless you're like like a hitman or something, but you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely. I mean,
I have friends that are strippers, like, they make so much more money than I'll ever make in my lifetime, and I am jealous. I just couldn't do it, but I don't judge them for it.
I couldn't do it. I have a really close friend that I never expected that would be able to do it, but when she was living in Australia, she's like, yeah, I was actually dancing for a bit. She's like, it was so easy. I just had to sit naked and talk to guys, and I'd get so much money.
Yeah. Or even, like, escorts and stuff. I have a lot of friends that were escorts up north, and they would just literally go out to, like, dinners with guys, not do anything sexual at all, and get paid like $4,000 in one night just to go out to dinner and make it look like this like billionaire, whoever he was, like looked like he had a hot date.
100%. Like, I know people that have had sugar daddies or sugar babies, all that stuff. No judgment. People can do whatever they want to do. But when I do judge is when you come in and try to steal someone's man in the way that Mercedes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like that. I don't think that's...
Yeah, if you're like a home wrecker, like I don't fuck with that.
Yeah, Mercedes did way too much, in my opinion. I just felt that it was kind of gross and like...
Like someone give her water. She's so thirsty.
Thirsty. Oh my God. I do feel that people on Instagram are already asking when they can...
I mean, they've been watching the show. So if they're all watching the same show, I don't know how you could come in and try to like dethrone Sally. Like, not that like Sally put herself on a throne. It's kind of like America has fallen in love with her. What about you is going to make us change our minds? Not whatever the fuck you're doing, Mercedes.
Not that. What we like about Johnny and Sally is it seems like they have a connection and they're not being like over, like they're not just leading with sex.
Yeah.
And that's what we like about them as a couple. You blocked. Okay, Phil says, I blocked Mercedes out. You're definitely right about her. She's annoying. She's so annoying. I'm just not into her at all. So Jalen pulls Moira for a little chat, and he just is basically complimenting the F out of her, just like making her kind of bashful and fluttering eyelashes, and crack on her mug off for that scenario, that little chit chat.
Okay. Initially, I gave it a crack on, not in the sense you're thinking. I gave it a crack on in the sense that
it's not Calvin.
Jayquan said earlier, like, we've never seen her kind of be chosen, like, or she's never picked someone herself, but this kind of actually did seem like a scenario where she's definitely very into that person. But it turned into a mug off when I saw Jalen's conversation with someone else. So at this moment in time, it was a crack on.
Fair.
Yeah.
I was watching this. I was tweeting a little bit about it. And so somebody was like commenting on Jalen's hair. And I was like, she was like, oh, I'm offended by Jalen's hair. And I'm like, are you offended by the fact that I like it? Like, I actually don't mind his really bad dye job. I don't mind it. I think he's cute. And so... And I'm like, are you offended by, like, I am offended by the fact that Jalen chose Moira? And so then someone just put like a little meme of like, what's his name? Justin Bateman being like, her? And like, I died of laughing because that's, I think, what everybody was thinking is like, out of all the people, like, would you really be choosing her?
So his confidence doesn't match his choice. And that's what made me second guess him. Like, if he is actually that confident, I think he would have gone for Sally or Justine, but he did not. He ended up going for Mackenzie and Moira, which made me second guess his intentions for even being there, not being there, but his intentions for talking to the two in the first place. And that's why I'm saying it turned into a mug off, because I agree with you. It did not, his personality did not match who he picked.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, that I don't see you as a couple at all. At all. So what do you think about Aaron and Sally's conversation?
I mean, she was entertaining him, but it was wah.
I mean, Sally was kind of worried, though. I think she said this in a confessional that his she said it to Aaron that his perfect woman could just walk into the room and, she has to be kind of okay with that being the case, but like hope that she's made enough of an impact on him up until now. And so, you know what? Like, Johnny needs to know that, like, if he doesn't want to be dragged, he has to come back to Casa Amor to Sally because she's being such a good girl in this situation and like crying, and she's probably not going to kiss anybody. Like, did she kiss anybody in that game?
No.
You know what I mean? And so they're going to probably see Sally being like, no.
No, I don't. No, she didn't. I know I'm like trying to remember, but no, she did not.
I mean, we're probably going to see more of like those games tonight. I wouldn't be surprised. Mercedes pulls Johnny for a little chat and like touches his beard twice. Like, okay, I know part of social interactions, if you want someone to like you, you touch them. If you want them to feel comfortable with you, you touch them. Like, I get that. But like, he didn't.
I would have been like.
He didn't seem that comfortable. He was kind of like a little bit, you know what I mean? And she's just like, kept on doing it.
You're so cute.
And I was like, just like, chill.
I already was ready to swing on her.
Yeah, she did. Who did she kiss, Vicky? On the first look. Oh, new first look or old first look? I don't remember the kiss, but okay, you find it for us, Brazzy. So yeah, she touches his beard twice, and she says like, yeah, like you caught my eye. Like, we know it. Johnny's cute. Like, she's aesthetically pretty, I would say. Her voice is too annoying for me. Like, it wouldn't be a voice I want to be hanging around with all the time.
If I saw her out, I would be like, that girl is pretty bomb, but her personality would kill it for me. If she's actually like that, like on the outside of the villa.
And I have to say though, in that moment, Johnny did say that he's really into Sally right now. He did though, and I believe.
No, I know he did, but it doesn't like. That's why I always say it's not that I don't trust you; it's I don't trust the hoes around you.
Exactly, and so I know she's on Casa Amor. I know this is what they signed up for. I know that he doesn't have to go with it. I'm just hoping that he'll just be turned off by, the whole interaction. Like, they kiss, and it's just like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. But maybe we're going to see after him be like, okay, I'm really not into that. Like, thank you for making me see that I'm really into Sully. Maybe that will be the change of return of events. Right? Come on.
Yeah. Should we watch First Look right now? Because I don't know if it's on this one.
Okay, let's see.
To get to know me. Alright, I'm down.
Where are you sleeping tonight?
Where am I sleeping tonight?
Oh, you already know.
Oh shit, we're in trouble.
I hear and I'm like, holy, like, oh, if you was my man, the things I would do to you.
Oh my God, cancel Mercedes!
Ew. Don't touch her head. Ew. Oh no. Oh no.
Islanders, today, the Villa and Casa Amor will be going head to head in the game of raunchy races.
The winning Villa will win a party. Hashtag finish fast. Hashtag quickie. Hey, return to Strowman's here at 10-second kiss with the tongue.
Oh, DeAndre! Wow.
Yeah.
That's Caleb. Oh my God, you told me like murder me. See?
Mackenzie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to imagine Connor having a passionate kiss on the head.
All right, so basically, she was very forward, and then she started making out. Oh my God! We should have skipped that part. Yes, if this happens now, and gives me clarity in what I have going on, so be it. And if it pulls me away from what I have going on, then so be it.
Wow.
Sally finds out that what's been going on here, me and her are done because of that, then that's all me, and that's it.
But wait, I couldn't hear properly what he said. Can you just reiterate that at the end? Vicky,
girl. Fuck. He said basically like she came on to him, she kissed him. If this is happening now, like he didn't say he's like unsure about them, but he is like if Sally finds out, it is what it is.
he looked disappointed in himself, though. Like, in my opinion, he looked like someone that feels like he fucked up.
How can you not see, though, that, like, Mercedes is someone that...
Tempting. Just the temptation.
Yeah.
I think that Sally would forgive him. She'll be hurt and she might cry, but she will forgive him. I think she would.
Okay, so what Vicky was talking about, I believe, is that Sally ended up kissing DeAndre.
Yeah, in like the game.
And then I forget her name, the little one with the she called herself Little.
Janelle.
Yeah, she ended up kissing Caleb, which didn't look like it went.
It wasn't good.
Yeah.
It didn't look good.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Team Justine fans are happy right now because if Johnny messes up, she has a better chance of winning. That's true. But with who, though? I don't know if Caleb's going to stay with her because he looked like
I think so.
He would share.
It doesn't seem like anyone's into Caleb other than Danielle or whatever her name is. So
share?
Yeah, but I don't know. I have a really, really I trust my intuition. I have a very good feeling about Justine and Caleb. I don't know why. Call me crazy.
I don't think so. I don't know if he's going to leave Justine. I need to see a little bit more, but I do feel like he was vibing with Cher. He was smiling more, like it was flirty. And I think that that's something that Justine is not giving off, the light and flirtiness about it. I know she's like thinking these things and she's feeling them in the confessionals, but she's not, she seems very closed off and reserved when she's around him, that I just don't know if he's going to recognize that she does have those sides of her. So, oh, Vicky, I can't, man. I don't want them to break up at all. I really don't want that to happen. What's going on, Phil? Caleb is probably going to leave.
What? Why? What do you mean, Philip?
Leave, like
leave because he gets voted out, or leave because he doesn't?
Jayquan says, I think the thing with Johnny right now is it's okay to have a physical attraction, but you can't let it get emotional. See, that's the thing. So what I'm agreeing with you, Jayquan, here. It's like in that clip, obviously it wasn't clear, but I felt that he did feel remorseful, but he knows the conversations that he's had with Sally about like finding other people attractive, allowing themselves to maybe explore that. I think what he was worried about in that clip is that she might see the clip and that might make her do something or, change her idea about their level of commitment. And so he's just worried what she's going to see. I don't think personally that he doesn't like her anymore. Because he was kind of like, and that's all on me. Like, that's all on me. Like, he felt like he fucked up. He realized that.
And I said that I thought he was probably going to kiss someone, and that would be the extent of it. I just didn't think it would happen.
She was just like ready to jump down his throat, though.
Even when they were dancing, they each had their own like individual like dance like parties or whatever.
Oh,
and someone was like,
probably going to leave Justine.
Philip, you want to bet? You want to bet, Philip?
Okay, Philip, are you going to bet Brazil? Because she says her intuition is on fire here, and that Justine and Caleb, she has a good feeling about them. I don't personally see it. I mentioned yesterday like 1,000 times and probably twice already today that they had their opportunity for their first real kiss, and she did not match the energy there, and it was really awkward. And so from that point on, I think that probably turned off Caleb because, they're just not vibing in that kind of intimate way, in my opinion. So are you your team me, team Chantele, or team Brazil? That's what we need to know. Hashtag team Chantele means Justine. No, I'm just kidding. I want them to do well, but I don't think it's going to happen. You know what, though? It is Aquarius versus Pisces.
Team Pisces all day, every day.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh, he's down to. All right, Philip, let's bet.
So, yeah, let's make a bet. What else haven't we talked about? I'm so sad. I wish I hadn't seen that now.
Oh, no, what I was talking about was, like, their dance parties and Mercedes, like, in, like, super dehydration mode in need of some water. I don't know why her fellow islanders are not helping her out.
She's in the desert, man. She must be thirsty.
She's far in the desert. But Johnny was dancing with her, and they're like, Johnny, you're sweating, you're nervous. He's like, I'm always sweating. Ask anyone. And she's like, here, let me help you with that. And she like goes to like take his shirt off. I'm like, bitch, sit down. Sit down. Shut up.
I don't know. I mean, I know guys get really confused by like all the sexual attention like that, but like it's
within like 4 hours, and this girl is like trying to like.
It's just gross to me. I'm sorry, man. Sorry, Mercedes, you might be the nicest nanny on the planet, but like right now you're just
you ain't touching my kids. If I ever have kids, you're not touching them.
I don't know. I really don't like her seemingly her moral compass here.
No.
I wrote down Faith and Calvin. I guess they had a chat. I didn't really write down anything about it.
Pretty vanilla. I don't know. Faith seems to think that Calvin's into her. That's pretty much all I got from it.
I mean, they're both boring.
Pretty vanilla, yeah.
Laurel and Carrington, how'd you find them? You mentioned them a little bit before.
Oh, I think he was like a little bit shocked. I don't know. Like she seemed to be reading him pretty well, but just watching like his expressions and like how he was kind of taking everything, it seemed like he was either flattered or like didn't know how to like take all the information in, because she was saying like, oh, I thought you were gonna be one way, but you're ending up being like this way.
I mean, I
So
know.
I don't know. I took it kind of as him being like flattered, because he was smiling, but he wasn't really looking at her.
Yeah, I know
So
that
it's hard to read.
doesn't have he's not really in a relationship with Keirston right now, so most likely he's going to come back with somebody. I just didn't really feel that they connected that well, to be honest. I think he has a better connection with Keirston than he did with, in my opinion, Laurel. Yeah, one thing that we didn't talk about though is that all the guys, did we talk about this? All the new guys in the villa, they're all a lot older than the OG guys. And so did we talk about this in person or no?
We were talking about it over text. Oh no, I think we talked about it a little bit yesterday, because like we knew the ages of the guys, and so we were kind of already expecting why we were wondering why they weren't initially put in there.
Right.
And you were saying like probably because, you know, they wanted to like shake things up like a little of the way through. But yeah, they even said they're like, forget the boys, bring on the men. Like once they like figured out the ages. So
exactly. So Connor and Cher also have like a little bit of an awkward conversation, and she's like, "Aren't you in a relationship?" And he's like, me and like.
I like that conversation though, because she was questioning him how Lauren was, but less. I like the way Cher approached it more. She was kind of like, if you keep going for the same flavor, you're never gonna know if you like a different one. Like the way she approached it more was not more confident in herself, but I think it got through to Connor more without him having to be like, is this cryptic? Like it was just very like abrupt, straightforward. I appreciated that conversation actually, because I think it was the first time he actually was kind of like, whoa. And it made me like Cher. It really did make me like Cher.
It made me like Cher as well. And she also mentioned like she has a pretty good read. She's like, yeah, their relationship is kind of toxic, which is like, you know, we're seeing it. It's interesting to see her going and seeing it. Yeah. Like it's very, very clear that it is that way. And it's also very interesting to see that Mackenzie doesn't see the toxicity of it, or neither of them really. They can't really see it. It's I think that part of it is fascinating, even though I'm kind of bored by their relationship.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, Caleb and the mini girl, I guess they kissed? Or they chatted. They chatted.
They were chatting about Connor.
No, I don't remember.
And she was like, oh, I kind of like that he isn't like understand how attractive he is. She was saying that was like kind of a turn on for her, is that he doesn't understand that he's like that attractive. But yeah, they seem to only pretty much chat about Connor for the tail end of the convo. I think she was like kind of flirting with Caleb a little bit, but they were their body language, like Caleb had a few pillows between them, like they were sitting pretty far apart. I think he was kind of trying to keep it at bay, and as we saw in the first look, their kiss didn't really look like he was all that into it. So
Jayquan says, if it's anything like the UK version, they're not in danger until they go back to build, because they got a day or two until another recoupling. Yes, that's true. That's true. But I'm just worried that they're going to show like either a video clip or have like a magazine that shows like what everybody's been doing in the other villa. And so I'm worried that maybe that will allow Sally to be open to maybe getting to know somebody else, and it might.
Chantele, I need 2 seconds.
Okay.
Me. Sorry.
So Vicky says, yeah, he said a baby gets and got that. I know, and that's what I'm saying, that like I'm not really vibing with Mercedes. Is like she's also not really respecting him. Like he says he wants a baby kiss, and then you decide to jump down his throat. He obviously agreed to it, and he kind of reciprocated, but like he kind of said no in the beginning, and she kind of pushed herself on top of him more so, or pushed her tongue down his throat. And so in any other circumstances, if it was reversed, like, you know, we would not be standing a guy that's kind of going further than the girl wants to go. I know it's different, obviously, dynamics. I know that men and female have different strengths. There's different, like, you know, social dynamics between them. But you know, I think that her being so forceful is really distasteful, and I'm not really enjoying this aspect of her coming in and not just being a temptress, as in like really, you know, making him engage with her mind and her humor and like and her sensuality, sexuality. Yes, fine, but like she's just basically wanting to jump on his beep, and it's just I don't know. I'm really not feeling it. It's really distasteful. Jayquan says, after the island, going to interview Lauren and Trey. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna probably watch those. I'll get caught up on Wednesday with all this stuff because there's no Love Island. And so, yeah, I'll start. Wait, today is Wednesday, right? So yeah, I'll get caught up today. I'll watch a whole bunch of stuff today.
Sorry.
I'm definitely looking forward to Lauren's interview, especially since she left so salty. I wouldn't mind hearing what she had to say, and she has some real tea. I was also mentioning Brazil that tonight I'll probably, after Big Brother, do some catch up and watch some of these like interviews and stuff like that, just to get some
Is
more.
there no Love Island tonight?
Didn't say Wednesday?
I feel like they're doing it 7 days a week this time.
It says 6. But
6?
I could be wrong. Jayquan, is it on tonight? I don't think so.
Let me see on the CBS app.
Jayquan, Calvin, the weak link out of all the boys. Absolutely. Calvin has no game.
Can we please talk about Calvin's dance move? Even the narrator made fun of him.
Can you do
We
it?
were walking out to the dance party, and the, the narrator was like, and Calvin's dancing just like we thought he would. And he's like doing this weird, like,
Feeling it. Not feeling it. I'll tell you some
it's
movie.
on tonight.
Wednesday?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
on at 9, I believe, right? Following Big Brother. Yeah, 9.
Okie dokie.
I mean, I'm down. I need some like release after Big Brother, honestly.
Maybe it's because CBS realized that they have a hit here, and so they're just like busting out more shows because like Big Brother is plummeting right now, and so maybe they want to give more content because yeah, they're not doing well. I'll tell you some movie magic though. So anytime you see any sort of dance scene in a television show or a movie, there's actually no music actually playing. The music is layered over top. And so when you see the Islanders out there and they're dancing, it's like to completely, absolutely nothing. It's just silence.
Why though?
Because it's
And I didn't think it was like the same music that they were playing us, but I thought they had some music to actually listen to.
no music.
Wow.
So just like, and like when they're doing like the worm or they're spinning, it's all to silence. And the girls from After the Island also confirmed this. It's like so awkward because there's like no music playing.
I know, I'm thinking of Sally like literally like going to the floor and like bouncing, and I'm like, she was doing that silent.
Maybe she had
Why,
a
though?
head, but I mean it's easier to cut. You always want to layer music on top of things. Yeah, it's definitely easier to cut. And you don't have to worry about rights to different music. Like you don't know what music rights you're going to be getting. If
Like Big Brother, how they always cut it off whenever they're singing or something.
exactly.
Okay.
They have 6 hours that people are at this party and they want to cut here, cut there, and there's music playing. They would not be able to cut different scenes back and forth unless they remove the music. So that's why they just do all these scenes without any music so they can cut it.
Even more props to the people that are like getting down and dancing then, because they're like in the guys' party, they're like grinding, and I'm like,
And did you see though? Did you notice though that she was totally backing it up on Johnny, and he pushed her away and said no. And one thing I was saying when you just stepped off for a second is that I know it's different social dynamics, and men are stronger than women are, so that's different. But if he was being forceful and like doing that to her, it would definitely not be acceptable.
absolutely.
He did
But
say
it needs to go
no.
both ways.
This is what Vicky said about the kiss. You know, he said he wanted to babysit and he got that. If it was the other way around, if she said like just a baby kiss and he just decided to like jump down her throat, we would not be vibing with that. And so it's predatory and it's very uncomfortable because it seems with ill intent. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem genuine. And so,
and I think that's kind of why we're not feeling her. And I think that like people like I think either Jayquan or Philip said that they're trying to like already cancel her on Instagram, but I think like deep down we like know that that's the same, like we would be the same way if that was a guy, but we don't label it the same way that we would if Johnny was doing that to her. And I don't think that's fair, because girl or guy, if it's not wanted and it's unwarranted and there's like no consent, then it's the same exact thing.
Exactly. I mean, like, obviously she's not able to physically dominate him, and so that's where
Right.
a bit of the differences between how you label it to a man and a woman. But
yeah. But even like saying like no, like that is no matter what sex you are, like no means no.
I guess I don't know what I would actually label it, because if it was the other way around, you could potentially label that as an assault of some sort, right? Like crossing physical boundaries. Can you still label it as a, would you still label that as an assault?
If the definition of it is crossing physical boundaries, then yes. If he's saying no, but that's what it always goes down to for females, and like I'm like very much an advocate for like no means no. But I think it does go both ways. And I think that that's one thing that often gets ignored. It doesn't happen often, but when it does happen, it can't just be like, oh, well, she's a girl, so it's okay. It's like, no, there have been males that have been, have gone through pretty shitty situations when they did not consent to it also. So I no matter what, I think I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you here. I totally agree. I do think that she's crossing the line. I know that he ended up kissing her back in that thing, but he didn't go out with the intention of trying to kiss her. Like she's just been so forceful, and it sucks that he's a young guy. He not able to say no. He's on this TV show, and he allowed her to basically take advantage of the situation and stick her tongue down his throat. I don't know. I'm so not feeling it. I'm so mad.
And I think that's kind of like our underlying feeling of it all is just like.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I'm just saying like that. I feel like that's why everyone seems to have a bad taste in their mouth, even though they don't know how to pinpoint why that's the case. Because it's so unfamiliar to say that about a girl.
Mm-hmm.
So
in the villa, the girls are packing their clothes for the guys. And so
I actually really like that. I found it to be very entertaining when they were like, we're going to pack their worst clothes. I think Justine was like, I ain't packing his toothbrush, so he's going to have stink breath the whole time.
Yeah, it's cute. And so Jayquan is asking, was Mackenzie joking about the bear having cameras? I'm actually not sure.
I actually hope she wasn't, because I think that would be hilarious to like end up seeing the footage like months after. But I think she was kidding.
She's most likely kidding. Why would she have a camera? Like I don't know if she would know that.
I'm sure production like checks for all, because I'm sure like that camera would interfere with other cameras, like frequency wise or like mics. I don't know.
I mean, I think that they wouldn't, if there's a camera in there, production would have given it to her. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But I love that she said it. Like, I honestly wasn't mad about Mackenzie for saying that. Like, I was like, get it, girl. Like, I would probably hope for the same thing.
Like Sally spraying her panties down and putting, I mean,
do what you gotta do, girl.
Good. If you want to.
It worked too. He held them up. He was like, oh, it smells like her perfume. He's like smelling them. Like, oh, God. Vicky, I want to be Team Johnny, but I agree with you, girl.
What else happened? Yeah, Johnny moves away when she was grinding up against her. So I'm like, he's not really that into her, you know what I mean? But she's just really so.
That's what the vibe I'm getting. He's just really not that into her. But he did say out of all the girls, he was most attracted to her.
Fine. Mackenzie says that she likes Jalen the most. I think that they actually vibe better than her and Connor.
Yeah. She even said that they're polar opposites.
I mean, I don't know if that really matters that much.
No. I think what I meant is that like Connor and Jalen are polar opposites, and so I think that's intriguing her. And I think DeAndre, just the simple act of DeAndre calling her out, like you literally are saying everything that you don't like in a guy, yet that is the guy that you're paired with.
Mm-hmm. Mike checks with Keirston. Do you have anything else you want to say about them chatting?
Oh, I really like them. It seemed like to me, out of all the conversations that were had with like the new boys and new girls, that one seemed the most genuine. I could be biased because I'm from the Bay and I love Mike already, but it does seem as though, and going back to Jayquan predicting that her and Trey would really work out. I even said this before we saw any clips of them. I was like, the one with the Trey hair. Because they have very similar hair. They don't look alike by any means, but they don't look alike at all, but they have the same hair. So I don't know. Maybe
talking about what's his name? DeAndre having Trey hair.
No, DeAndre's hair is short. DeAndre and Caleb have similar hair, I think.
Caleb?
It's like much shorter.
I mean, I think Mike has the same hair as both of them. But anyways, I don't, because like doesn't Trey have little twists kind of? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Like sometimes I would see it more than others, but yeah, but I mean like lengthwise, like short on the side, but like tall. Definitely Mike and Trey had like the length on the top, and then I think DeAndre and Caleb have the same length on the top, but DeAndre has more twists. Like yeah, but I don't know.
So Jayquan says normally they let them talk when they come back. They're not as messy as X on the Beach UK. Oh my God, if you want mess, X on the Beach UK is a hot mess.
Is that on MTV?
I'm not sure. I've watched things on I've watched on MTV Canada, so I wouldn't be surprised if they have it on CBS All Access or MTV.
Oh look, I recently saw Are You the One be like recommended for me. Because I want to do a challenge like on MTV, so
you might be more interested in the UK because then you'll see like Kaylee and who else? Joss and you know
Joss.
Yeah,
and Rogan.
I don't remember where Rogan's from. He might have been actually on the beach as well, but there's like 8. Kyle's from Geordie Shore. I don't remember if he did X on the beach.
Oh, okay.
Ashley, I don't know him, like the guy Ashley.
Okay. What about Melissa and Dee and Jenny?
Dee's Australian, so who cares?
Oh, Dee is Australian, and Dee's canceled. So
she was on Geordie Shore though. Melissa was in like a love relationship or a love triangle with Melissa and Joss, and Ashley. I don't know. Melissa slept with. I think she was dating Ashley at the time, and so Kaylee is. That's why Kaylee and Melissa were pissed off in the beginning. So, anyways, if you want to just get some of the UK tea, go back and watch those. They're very entertaining, but they're very, very messy. Philip says there was no music during the neon party. That's crazy. Yeah, none of the parties will ever have music, just because that's just how it rolls in TV, film, and television.
That's crazy to me too. But
what they do sometimes is that they'll play maybe a little clip just so you can get what the beat is, and then they'll stop the music, and then you have to like do like dancing, whatever. But
to all of them for getting that going because it looked, and they do it like in slow mo too.
I mean, yeah, it makes it look like they're having such a good day, but like no, boring. Jayquan says use the bear for unseen bits. Maybe yes. That'd be fun because Saturday they don't show much. It's basically the same scenes with a little more to it. So yeah, I think that they'll show that. I was thinking with that the smooch, marry, or pie. I think that they might show the other matchups that we didn't see the whole thing for. And we'll probably see a little bit more of Casa Amor. Some unseen scenes of the nastiness. Philip says Trey tried to speak to Keirston during the Lauren rant. I wonder if he'll try to pursue her after the show. Yeah, I mean, depending on
that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
I was so focused on Lauren, like running around, like, "Hoes, y'all are fake, y'all are coasting." So I want to back watch that.
But I think it will definitely depend on how Keirston does with Mike. You know, these people are going to be kind of like a family. They're going to be doing a lot of promotional stuff together. They're going to, you know, be going to clubs and this and that together. So they definitely will have other opportunities to be hanging out. And so if things don't work out with Keirston, I would definitely see Trey just giving it a go since he did have that interest. And his time was cut short. Otherwise, he would have had an opportunity to get to know her better. So. Jayquan says, I wonder how bad Trey's snoring is because it didn't seem to bother Sully or Justine. Exactly.
That's what we said too.
Exactly. And it does seem like, well, Justine's not bothered by it, but she did call out Caleb for snoring a little bit too. So
yeah, that when I saw we were talking about like just their sleeping habits and how like Justine had her back to Caleb at one point. She had a pillow over her head. Now I'm wondering if that's because he snores.
Well, or I mean, yes, for sure. And for me, like I can sleep through a lot. So maybe Lauren's just a sound sleeper, and like I would not hear him snore. Even
Carrington never sleeps either, so Carrington might have a lot in common.
So they start playing the Tower of Truth, which is basically Jenga with dares, truth or dare kind of on, or they have a truth on it, and if they don't want to answer the truth, they have to do a dare. If that's not
I have a set of that. But we wrote our own stuff on there.
Oh, should we play this game on here? I don't know how we would though.
I don't know how we would, but yeah, it's very similar to like what they were doing. But
the two people that got the text though for the Tower of Truth is Caleb and Keirston. I wonder how they choose who gets the text. Like I wonder if there was any sort of method to their madness. So hashtag hurts, hashtag building blocks. Yeah, truth or dare, Jenga. Connor licks Mercedes. Yeah, that looked really awkward.
But that to me showed that they didn't read out the truth for Connor, but he clearly didn't want to answer, so he went and licked Mercedes' ear, which threw me off.
I mean, it's just awkward
because Mercedes and Connor definitely would never work. So it's like, why does he keep? Like, if he would have went for Cher's ear, and, like, again, we don't see, like, the conversations that they have with everybody, but the fact that he went for Mercedes' ear was kind of, huh? What?
Well, I mean, he might be the town bicycle, right? So, I don't know. That's the vibe that she's getting from me. Pardon?
Maybe she had the same conversation with everyone, but they're trying to play it up that she's, like, really into Johnny because that's what's going to, like, cause America to lose their shit.
I don't know. I would not want my nickname. Well, I'm naming her the bicycle from this point on. So
it's a valid nickname.
Yeah. Whatever her name is, the bicycle. So Carrington kisses Laurel. I don't remember if that kiss was good or not.
It looked decent. I mean, but I liked Mike and Keirston's kiss. We haven't gotten there yet, but you did not. So
to me,
it seemed on both ends like as enthusiastic as the other.
The reason why I didn't particularly enjoy the kiss, it looked too deep without looking like it felt good. Like I like getting like tingles and like, you know what I mean? Like I like getting into it. I don't want it to be like it just that.
I just don't think they have the time for all that. Like they're like trying to couple up. They're trying to establish their girl.
The kiss that makes me want to barf. It's just too like.
Yeah. I agree.
So, I mean, I know it's just for show, and like it was just like a lot of like tongue and like I don't know. It didn't look like it would have felt good, and I like getting tingles when I kiss. And so, regardless of it being super fast, I still would have slowed it down and taken a moment.
I agree. It was very fast.
Instead of it, mine would have been more sensual.
Yeah,
as opposed to just like making out,
going for it.
You know, I would have been like
bite the lip a little bit, you know.
Yeah, or whatever, sure, but like not that, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, but I think both were similar in that sense. Then, like Carrington and Laurel's kiss were very similar to Keirston and Mike's.
But then you see Sally overwhelmed in the DR crying.
That made me almost cry. Like, very much so. I felt the hurt that she was feeling.
Well, because it's like, I know that she's feeling genuine, and I know she's trying to be like open, and I feel like they're going to show Johnny a clip of her crying.
I hope they do.
Me too.
And I hope that he feels it all.
Like, I hope she, like, the clip is like, you know, I said that he could do whatever he wanted, but, like, you know, I realized, like, I do like him, and I really hope that, you know, we still can stay together. Oh my God, I need to watch tonight already. So Johnny picks Mercedes to like the whipped cream off of him. And so he does this. He has all these smug smiles to the boys, blah, blah, blah.
Carrington, to be fair, Carrington said, go for the nipples. And she was like, the nipples? And she like literally bit his right one. And he was like, oh.
Well,
and she got a good bite of it.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I'm not into her at all. And then she licks his mouth, which is like, if you're dating, like that's cute. But I thought that was like, I think was crossing the line a little bit in my. I mean,
whoa! Like making it known that he was not kissing her, she kissed him, which I appreciated. It was just the credits that threw me through a fucking loop.
Mm-hmm. And then in the preview, they say the kiss, and I'm just like so bummed.
She's like, I don't ever want to hear Sully's name again. Okay, you've known him for like 14 hours, and you're gonna say, like, I don't ever want to hear her name again. He's clearly talking about her for a reason. If I was her and I heard a guy keep saying some girl's name, I would be like, bye.
Absolutely.
But she's like, ugh.
I hope Connor uses this time wisely, because from the previous episode, Mackenzie is starting to have doubts. Yep. And realizing what America and other islanders are seeing. Exactly. And so
I agree.
Get some further insight from DeAndre that was kind of, you know, chirping her a little bit. Like maybe she'll hear from somebody that's not in the island, that's seeing from the outside. Maybe she'll have that conversation, and maybe I don't see her actually leaving Connor, but I could see her maybe exploring a little bit of a relationship, and then maybe when they come back, they have a better conversation, and maybe they have better communication.
I think she knows that Connor's too scared to like move on.
Yeah, Connor's terrified. Poor little, like Kenzie probably weighs like 95 pounds. Like she's so small.
If that.
So that's pretty much the whole episode. Obviously, I'm super pumped to seeing what you know, tonight's episode has to bring. Oh, and I want to show you this, which I thought was cute. We didn't talk about it. One sec. Let's show you.
Yes. Oh my God. I wrote this down actually. Do you know what I wrote down?
What?
Calvin has no beats.
Oh, I know. He has no. Well, the three guys in the back basically had no, like.
Calvin was like.
Connor, Calvin, and Carrington, like I don't know what they were like.
Calvin was like, trying to be the one beatboxing, but I was like, thank God someone else was doing that, because whatever sound was coming out was not matching Calvin's lips.
No.
I was like, but I couldn't stop staring at Calvin, and that I was like vibing, and then I was like, oh my God, Calvin's trying to beatbox. It's not working.
But I like that moment. I
did too.
Tony's trying to get a record deal or something. But I don't mind it. Like, I think it would be so cute, Caleb, Johnny, and Jeremiah having a little soul like hip hop group or whatever. Like,
and Trey, I think, was in that too.
I haven't heard Trey sing with them, but like I wouldn't be surprised. So
oh, you're right. It was just Jeremiah and Johnny.
Got some bars. Yeah. I'm down.
You know.
The people in the chat, Jayquan, Philip, Vicky, I don't know if you're still here. Any other questions or any other thoughts you want to think about before Tamara?
Yeah, think about what you want to bet when Justine and Caleb are going to stay together.
I mean, I don't know. Shay's pretty hot. Or Cher, sorry.
She is very beautiful. I'm actually, out of all the girls there, I'm team Cher.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is crazy because just looking at their pictures, I did not think that would be the case. And then here comes Mercedes in way too hot. No, thank you.
We don't like that thirsty. Like,
That's
no.
why you don't judge a book by its cover, people.
Wah, wah. I'm just kidding. Philip, what are you laughing at? Do you have any last questions, or do you want to leave this till tomorrow while we go and watch the next episode in a couple hours?
Who will get the choice during recoupling? Oh.
The last one.
Do you think they'll do another like America's Vote, like who's most compatible, even after all of Casa Amor?
Let me think. After Casa Amor. So after Casa Amor, that I'm thinking the one I'm remembering most recent or second most recent is everybody came back. They were single in the house, and then they brought somebody in to date the person that was single, and then I think it was a girl's choice. I don't know if
yeah.
I don't remember what was the last one. The last one was the last one was Caleb choosing Justine, correct?
Yeah.
And it wasn't a recoupling, but they had them vote off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a girl's choosing, I'd say, next.
It's just hard when they have them all evenly paired again.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there might be people. Well, if they don't, okay. So what ends up happening? Sorry, she lied and said that she was the spicy Latina. You haven't seen it all. They're saving that over Saturday night. Okay. I think she's probably spicy. She doesn't look boring to me. I
was just very impressed with her quiet swagger.
She's quite swagger, and I think that she's not intimidated by these guys. Like, she can get any single one of them, and maybe she doesn't. Maybe she's not that into them. Like, she's not the super thirsty like Mercedes is.
Oh my God! Someone give the girl some water.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be. I think she'll be a little bit spicy if she likes the people. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is that when it might end up being uneven depending on whether the guy comes back and the girl doesn't couple up with somebody. So say Sally doesn't couple up with somebody and Johnny comes back with the girl, she's going to be single. And then maybe they bring in somebody else to date her if it's similar to a couple of seasons ago.
Right.
And then there's a recoupling with all of them. But then there's quickly soon after there's like a couple dumping, like a best couples, and things get switched around like that. But yeah, it seems to work out. Either everybody stays together, or the people that it's very rare that there's somebody left single.
I'm excited.
Me too. Anything else, Jayquan, Philip, Vicky, Blaine? Brazil?
Rachel? Thank you guys and gals for coming.
Yes, thanks
all of you.
You guys make it so much fun to talk about it. We love the show, obviously, no matter what, but like kind of interacting with you in real time is.
I know. Do you remember like before we didn't interact with anyone, and now we're like talking to people? And
I love it. It's so fun, and we have our little crew. We have our Love Island crew. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, probably on Thursday between 2 and 4. I'm not sure exactly what time we'll be coming back on. I might have a reading I have to do at 2. I can't remember. So between 2 and 4, we should be popping back on here live again. Obviously, if you have questions, send them to us. Any tea. We love the gossip. Hold on, what is he saying? Jayquan says, nah, but I like how she carried herself. She's not for the streets. Yeah. I like how she carried herself too.
I do too. Quiet swagger.
She's cool. I mean, she might get spicy if she gets a little bit pissed off, I think that she doesn't think that she needs to put on all that kind of, Mercedes kind of thirst, She gets to be cool. She's hot. Guys come to her.
Exactly. I need to find out these people's signs now because now I'm intrigued.
I know. I'm gonna do a really hard lookout. So if anybody can find out any of these islanders for signs, I'm gonna go look through their Instagram and see if they have it in their Instagram. If we can find it that way. I don't know if they're gonna be on any like celebrity sites yet, so I don't know if they'll have that information.
And if anyone can tell me what team DeAndre plays for, please let me know.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you also the sports team that Jalen is from, or what kind of sport he plays. So if anybody wants to find you online, Brazil, what would they need to do?
At BabyZill on Instagram, at Zilda Brocco on Twitter. But beware, my Twitter is all Big Brother. Okay. I don't have a following on there, but Instagram I got a following.
I love that. And you can also find me at ShanFranFran. And as most of you guys know, for the month of September, I wanted to support people that maybe have not been having the best time during these COVID times, maybe potentially losing their jobs or whatnot. And so I've been offering tarot/astrology readings with a touch of life coaching for pay what you can afford. So I'll be doing that for the month of September. On all my Instagram, all my channels, social media wise, you can find a link to where you can book a session with me. They're about an hour and a half long, and you can get some directions and insights, figure out your life purpose. Who knows? We can figure it all out together. So you can find that at ShanFranFran. Last thoughts? Anything else? Anything else?
Johnny,
be good.
Caleb.
Bye, guys.
Bye.